Hey, what is up guys, my name is Fire, and I'm sorry I haven't uploaded over the past couple of days. I meant to get this video out actually a few days ago, but regardless, we're getting it out today, and today I want to count down 5 awesome features in Call of Duty World War II multiplayer that you might not have known. Now starting with at number 5, we have the new map callouts. Now we first saw this in Infinite Warfare. Now I didn't really pay too much attention to Infinite Warfare since it wasn't my favorite Call of Duty, so I'm not too sure how the competitive scene and everything worked out, if these callouts were actually used that often or if they were used at all. But basically up beside your minimap you have callouts, so as you move around the map these different places appear. So this is really good, and especially considering Michael Condrey is hinting towards a fully functioning competitive mode in Call of Duty World War II, this should be really good for that, really good for map callouts. Of course people are just going to make up and use their own callouts. I'm not too sure how much these things were used in Infinite Warfare, as I said, but they're still a cool feature nonetheless, and I'm glad we have them back. Now coming in at number 4 is something we've never seen in Call of Duty before, and it's all tied into the new division system. This is a detachable suppressor. This is a really cool thing. So basically midway through your game you can take on and off the suppressor on SMGs anytime you want, which is really cool. Now I believe the suppressor is still available on like assault rifles and LMGs and different things like that. It might even be available on sniper rifles. I imagine it wouldn't, but you never know. So I imagine it's still available in them weapons, but for SMG specifically, you get the division perk that allows you to take on and off the suppressor midway through the game, which is really cool in my opinion. This basically allows for more versatility, especially as I said, Michael Condrey hinting towards a new competitive mode. This will be very good in competitive, so if you're going into a gunfight where it's very loud, you're going to be seen, you just don't really care if you get noticed, take off the suppressor, get some extra damage and range. But if you want to be stealthy, flank behind the enemies, not really be seen that easily, you can pop on the suppressor at any time you want, and you don't have to die or change classes just to be able to use the suppressor. It's a really cool feature, and I think it's going to take some getting used to, because T Martin said in his video he's basically got caught taking on and off the suppressor before. It's basically like getting caught reloading, you're basically dead unless that dude has to reload or something as well, or unless the dude just has horrible aim and you just get lucky. But yeah, it's a very cool feature, and I'm excited to see how people are going to use it in COD competitive. Now coming in at number 3, we have weapon inspects. Now this is one of my favorite features ever in Call of Duty, and I'm so excited it's back from Modern Warfare Remastered. Now of course this has been pulled out of CSGO, and it was first taken from CSGO, the idea of weapon inspects, but regardless, I don't mind. This feature is just amazing, so it is, and I'm just so glad we have it back. It's really cool. Instead of actually holding down on the D-pad or pressing down on the D-pad to inspect, you actually hold Y or triangle depending on which console you have. So whatever weapon you use to change weapons, you basically hold that down. So it's like taking out the melee weapon in Modern Warfare Remastered. I'm not too sure how I actually feel about the placement for the button. I quite like having it down the D-pad, but maybe they wanted to change it up, or they want down the D-pad for something else, something new that we don't know of yet. Who knows? But regardless, it's still a cool feature, and I'm so glad we have it in, especially if there's going to be supply drops or personalization packs or whatever in this game. It's just cool to show off new camos, and it's good for like different showcases, and overall it's just a cool feature. Maybe not the most used, but I like it. Now coming in at number 2, probably one of my favorite features ever, even before weapon inspects, the firing range. I love this feature so much, and let me explain why I love it. This feature is basically something that keeps you busy, 1, when you're waiting for the game to load up, 2, to test out your weapon so you don't have to start up a whole custom game or go into a whole game just to see how the weapon functions and sounds and different things, with certain attachments, and you can just check it out before mid-game or before game. So it's really cool feature, and it's one of my favorites. I really like it, and especially with the whole new what do you call it, headquarters is it called, I actually forget the name of it, system. Basically you can have multiplayer in this, so there can be multiple people in a firing range, which is really cool. So you can have like multiplayer battles, and you can have like tournaments and different things before a game starts, and I just love it. It's such a small and subtle feature, but it's awesome at the same time. It's just really cool, and I use it all the time. In Modern Warfare Remastered, you use it all the time. In Advanced Warfare, I used it all the time. This is one of the features that, not like Weapon Inspect, I think it's cool, but I also use it, and it's something that I use constantly. So coming in at number 1, we have the circular minimap. Now, I understand this might not seem number 1 material. I actually forgot to mention, this isn't in any particular order. This is just completely random order. I don't know why I'm putting numbers in it. So don't think of number 1, like this minimap, as the greatest feature. In my opinion, the greatest feature on this list is the suppressor and the firing range. They're the 2 greatest features. But I did actually want to add this on, because I'm not 100% sure if we've seen this in COD before. As far as I can remember, ever since COD 4, I know so, all we've seen is square and rectangular mini-maps. We've never seen a circle one. I think we might have back in like maybe the original COD or COD 1 or 2 or 3. Maybe back in them CODs, I think we might have saw, maybe in COD 3 we might have saw a circular minimap. I think we did, maybe in COD 2, I'm not too sure. But regardless, it's here in World War 2. It's a subtle feature, but it's interesting. Honestly, I do prefer the square minimap, but I did want to add it in here just for someone, if you didn't really notice this, the first thing I noticed, you should have noticed this, because this was the first thing I noticed. And I'm sorry, I'm having trouble talking here, my voice is going. But yeah, it's just a small feature, but it's kind of funky, and I don't know why I added it in here, but regardless, that's the video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'll see you guys next video. Peace out.